talk a little bit about what we're going to do in 2017. Just as a little reminder, this is our 20th anniversary. And when this group first started, and this relates a little bit to what happened last night, it was called the Canyon Country Better Than Ever Committee, formed in 1997 by the city of Santa Clarita. George Caravallo was the city manager. And they provided us with a budget. They actually gave us a budget of $10,000 a year that we never spent. Staff members. We had secretarial support. We even had sheriffs that used to come here all the time because they felt you guys might get violent, and they would have to take care of you. And at the same time, other municipalities were doing the same thing. The county formed town councils. The city of Los Angeles was probably the keynote city who formed almost 100 neighborhood councils. And when I checked on it just last week, they still have 70 active. That's really good. Well, in 2002, City of Santa Clarita had some staffing change. George Caravallo left. Ken Polskamp took over. And when that happened at the same time, our staff member, Terry Moss, decided that she wanted to follow her husband to Santa Barbara, where he just got a job, and she left the group. And we were a little bit in turmoil because they couldn't figure out what we were doing. You know, if you read the website that the city built for us, we were about to solve every problem in the world, including world peace. But in fact, you know, we weren't doing anything. So the group was in flux. We decided to elect officers as opposed to accept appointed officers from city staff. And we decided to change our name to something that was more appropriate to what we were actually doing, because at the time, the city was bringing us issues, we would discuss it, and then they would go back and take them back to City Hall. But in 2002, when management at City Hall changed, other things changed. And pretty soon, our support from the city started to get reduced, a little bit at a time. They'd take away, well, maybe you don't need 10,000. Maybe your budget can be 5,000. And then, you know, well, you don't really need secretarial support. You know, just a little bit at a time. And staff, who was taking, obviously taking direction from people above them, came to us very nicely and said, you know, we'd like to see the Canyon Country Advisory Committee become more independent. Boy, was that a mistake. Okay? And they said, you should go ahead and you should start doing things on your own. Do something that, you know, by yourself. So we sat around and we were thinking about it, and in 2006, we said, tell you what, we're going to do something going to blow their socks off. And we had the first Canyon Country Advisory Committee Santa Clarita City Council Forum. And it was videotaped. And it was hard to get to make happen. City didn't want us to do it. Well, here we are. We're independent. You know, guys, come on. We want to do it. They said, oh, no, that's too political. No, it's not political because we're inviting everybody. We're giving everybody equal opportunity. It's civics. It's not political activities. So we also decided at that time we started changing the format of advisory to informational. And we've been working on that way at all times. And we started the process of just video recording all of our meetings. At first, not only wasn't software around or when I went to school, but neither was all this video equipment. And so we started learning about it. We took one camera. We used to just point it at the podium, and we just pointed at the podium and record the meeting. So in 2010, something very interesting happened. I remember I was away out of town, and I was in a motel on coming home on the 5, and I get this frantic phone call that says, have you seen the article in the paper about the Canyon Country Advisory Committee? And I said, no, I haven't. It's in the Signal? They said, yeah, go online and go take a look at it. So I went online and took a look at it, and it was an article where the contributor was our city's queen of propaganda, And they were talking about how Canyon Country Advisory Committee had become so politicized that we were campaigning for candidates in the meetings. I thought, well, that's interesting. So I made a phone call to Gail Morgan, or Gail Ortiz at the time, and I got her on the phone, and I said, Gail, I see this article in the Signal. Where did you get this information? And she says, oh, I can't tell you. I said, well, if you can't tell me, I kind of don't believe it, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll make you a deal. You tell me what date it occurred, and I'll bring the video, and we'll watch it together, and you show me. To where the phone went silent. And she said, you videotape your meetings? Yes. Does Ken know that? No, I don't know what Ken knows. And by God, this is the first time I ever got an audience in Mr. Polskamp's office that Monday morning at 8 o'clock, to where the whole story changed. He says, oh, Al, I know that that's not true. You know, but we just can't afford to have community groups in our meeting in our rooms anymore. It costs us too much money. So they decided that the Canyon Country Advisory Committee, at the time, another one of their committees, the Saugus Action Team, and a state-required committee called the Citizens Advisory Group for Whitaker-Burmite, could no longer meet in the meeting room. But, you know, they were going to be nice to us. We could rent the rooms from them. So I went up to the place at the activity center where they were renting rooms, and I said, how much these rooms cost? And they looked at me and they said, well, we charge for a 501c3, which you guys aren't yet, but, you know, $40 an hour. So I thought about it a little bit, and I said, well, you know, I can, $80 a month. It's not going to kill me. I'll do it. Well, but that's not the only thing we want. Really? What else do you want? Well, we want a $1 million insurance policy with our name on it. It has to be specifically for us. I said, really? And they said, and by the way, if you want the room for a year like you've been reserving it with the city, you have to pay for it all in advance. To which I waved my middle finger at them and left. So two things happened. We looked for a meeting place, and one of our members was very much a part of the Mint Canyon Moose Lodge, and I am a member, and I went to their meeting of their board, and they agreed to host us as a civics organization. Now, they really believe, and I really believe, that they're providing a valuable community service, and I think that they are. Okay? Now, at the same time, we decided to become a 501c3 organization as well. And we decided the Canyon Country Advisory Committee was the wrong name because we wanted it to be more inclusive. So we formed this 501c3 as a Santa Clarita Community Council. It is a 501c3. It is recognized right now by the IRS. And I guess we weren't ones that they wanted to push aside. Now, at the same time that this happened, by the way, this also happened in the county. They started pushing away their town councils. Today, the West Ranch Town Council, the Aqua Dulce Town Council, the Castaic Town Councils are no longer affiliated with the county. You go out on their website, you'll find their 501c3s. They get no support from the county anymore either. It all happened around the same time. And at that time, we started actively pursuing. We said, you know what, these videos are kind of valuable. You know, we would have been in really trouble if we wouldn't have done that. So we started pursuing putting the presentations on YouTube. So in 2017, what you're going to hear from us, you're going to hear a lot of spotlight on the Santa Clarita Community Council. We are a division of the Santa Clarita Community Council. We're going to start advocating, and we're already talking to other people about establishing additional advisory committees around the city. One of the proposals that we've been talking about is to, let's say initially they form one in Saugus. Then we could have the group come and have a 10-minute presentation of what they're doing here. And then when they get big enough and they get on their feet, then we'll help them shovel off in their own meetings. But still, we want to have some common purpose and some interaction between us. We're streamlining our meeting format. If you notice, there's some things that we stopped doing tonight. We didn't come up with statistics or bore you with any of that stuff. We just in the back of the room will take information if you want to get on our mailing list. We don't go through that other stuff anymore. And we're going to start exploring technology and the means to go live and to stream meetings. That's going to take the meeting to be a lot more structured. It's going to take a lot more technical help, and I don't know when it'll happen, but that's the kind of things that we're doing. So here's where we're going, and I think it's time to start spreading our wings, and we'll see how well we do. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to entertain answers. Okay. Excuse me? A birthday party. What? A birthday party? Well, maybe we should, yeah. A 2017 birthday party, yes. I think you're right, you know. I mean, if the city can have a birthday party, why can't we have a birthday party? You're absolutely right. I love that. That's really good.